Hi, my name is Eddie, and in this video I'm going to talk about MYFAROG, Mythic fantasy role-playing game made by Varg Vikernes. First of all, I'd like to say, if you're a hater and if you're watching this video, you may as well just give me a dislike and get off my channel right now. So, MYFAROG, it's the game which got me back into to role-playing. I haven't role-played for the past 10 years for various reasons, more or less. I used to play a lot of D&D back in my college days. I had a good group of gamers for about 3 or 4 years, and we used to play a couple of sessions each week. Before I got into D&D, I was a huge fan of games like Warhammer, Fantasy, 40,000, a lot of the Games Workshop products. I remember buying my first game. I was about 8 years old, and it was a second-hand copy of Space Crusade, which I managed to buy for £1 at a jumbo sale. Luckily, I still have the game back at home, and it's quite a treasure to still have that. By the age of 10, my brother-in-law, he bought me a copy of The Fellowship of the Ring. Now, at the age of 10, I didn't really get into it as much as I wanted to. I tried reading it, but I found it quite complicated. Although I have to say, I found the illustrations really captivating, and every now and again I would just pick up the book and look at them. Then a couple of years afterwards, then I really got into the book and became a big fan of Lord of the Rings. So, that's pretty much my introduction into the world of gaming and fantasy for me. Now, after having stopped playing D&D for several years, I got involved in some games on the internet, some massive multiplayer MMORPG, games such as Dark Ages of Camelot, for Lord of the Rings Online. And they were great, don't get me wrong, but I still kind of miss playing the old dice and paper games. After following Varg's channel on YouTube, Thulian Perspective, for some time, I came across several of the videos related to MYFAROG, and I found them quite interesting. I didn't know much about the game at the time. It was only up until I saw some actual live sessions which had been recorded and were on YouTube that really sparked my interest even further. So then I took the decision to buy the game. So I bought MYFAROG just before Christmas, after having seen 3 or 4 of the sessions which some of the guys in the OSG had done. So I think I should mention them, particularly to Jeff Cape and Ian Christiansen. They're great Mythmasters DMs, and they gave me a lot of help at the beginning. Also to Philip Posey and to Andrew Knapp, because those guys have been pretty involved with MYFAROG in the OSG, and I think it's really cool that more and more people are getting into the game. Over the past month or so, a lot of people have been buying it and starting to get into sessions, so that's really cool. I myself, I've been involved in 4 sessions now. The first one was Mythmastered by Jeff Cape, and I played alongside Philip Posey and Robin, and I had such a great time in that first game. It was immense. It was great. And in the past 3 games, I've been in games which have been Mythmastered by Philip Posey, and I have to say they've been fantastic as well. What I particularly enjoy about the games is the amount of focus on the role-playing aspect of the game. So in pretty much all of the games I've been involved in so far, we've spent at least 50% of the time interacting with NPCs, working out things, thinking where we should go, what to do, etc. Not just getting straight into combat, rolling some dice, that kind of thing. Because that can get pretty stale if you do that straight away in a game. So I think it's great to have a good build up into the game, and that can only be done if you have a good Mythmaster. I'm not going to talk in depth about MYFAROG because I mean there are some great reviews already out there on the internet, so you can find them. What I'd like to talk about is a couple of things which I really like about it so far, and that is the grittiness to it and the realism aspect, because it really feels as though you are in some kind of a Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age setting. When I say the grittiness, the realism aspect is that as soon as you're into a scene of combat, then there's a very high chance that you're not going to come out of it alive. So it requires quite a lot of cooperation and actually deciding if it would be a good idea to engage with your opponent or not. To further that, I'd like to mention the cut and the shock damage rules, which I think are absolutely great. That again requires you to have a lot of cooperation with your fellow players. You can be involved in a combat. You might defeat your foe, but if you have a serious enough cut, which means that you're bleeding, then there's a pretty good chance that you won't make it out of there alive, unless you somehow manage to get healed by one of your companions. If they have bandages with them, of course, they might be unsuccessful. They might make the cut even worse, which will inevitably spell your doom. So it's pretty damn good. I'm looking forward to playing in many more games and even Mythmastering some games myself. So that's pretty much it so far for this video. MYFAROG, great game. Go out there and buy it. I mean, I have version 2.2 here. It's a fantastic book, very, very high quality. You can find it on sites such as Amazon now. It's pretty cheap, and there are lots of other books as well associated with MYFAROG, such as Spells and Curses, Monsters and Men. Those are books which you should definitely buy as well if you're thinking of buying MYFAROG. So I should also mention that if you're on Facebook, check out the one shot group. There's a lot of great guys on there. They're all very friendly, and if you're looking to get into MYFAROG, it's a place to be. So thank you for watching this video, and hopefully see you one day in a game.